Hi folks, Friday, heading into the weekend, and it's not going to be the greatest one. I believe it's going to be wet, but we shall see. So today's video, a little bit spicy, and again a little bit Halloweeny. Anything else in betweeny? I don't know. We'll find out later. Right? Start with the spicy. I look forward to this bit. Wow. Right. To do spicy or Halloweeny. Let's do the spicy, seeing I've started off with it. Good friend of mine, Laws from Scotland, sent me a box. I came in yesterday, there's this little box on the carpet. What the hell's that? Forgot she said she was going to send something, and here's what was in it. You're going to like this or you're not. I do. Red. I'm not going to try all these because we're going to have flipping open packets all over the place. But Carolina Reaper chili. It's like Bombay mix. I don't know why they don't call it Reaper chili Bombay mix. The funny thing is, they've got an ingredients label on top of an ingredients label, so that'll be interesting to look at later. But I've had this before, it's really flipping nice. It is hot. So that's one I'm not going to open at the moment. Carolina Reaper peanuts, and they are hot. When you open the packet, you can see the flipping powder on the peanuts, and take my word for it, it is warm. It even says up there, warning. And the one I'm going to open, because I do like pork scratchings, Carolina Reaper scratchings. If anyone doesn't know what scratchings is, it's pieces of pork rind fried so they go crispy. And this one happens to have Carolina Reaper powder on it, and you can see it all in that flipping packet. Now before I try these, because I hadn't had any for a while, I'll give you a little story. Oh. Now, the last time I had these was just after I really got into Carolina Reaper. I used to have ghost chili all the time, and then Carolina Reaper come on the scene, so Carolina Reaper took over. Laws actually sent me a box with this sort of stuff in again, and I was at the big local supermarket store down the hill, and happened to have them in my pocket, and on the way back I thought, oh, I really fancy a pork scratching. I had a couple, but I thought I really would like a pork scratching, so I stuck a big one in my mouth, chewing it. Then all of a sudden started drizzling with rain. It wasn't fast, just that little bit of a drizzle. So the top of my head was getting wet, and all of a sudden I found that this eye was burning like flipping mad. And I thought, now, because what I'd come to realise was the more of this stuff you eat sort of gets into your system, and it's all there. It's in the back, it's in the eyes, and so if somebody tells me a sad sob story and I get a bit teary-eyed, my flipping eyes burn. So yeah, all of a sudden this eye was flipping really burning. I was sort of like that with his eyes shut, going, oh, flipping hell, man. So I assumed it was probably water, probably slowly dripping down into my eye and causing it to burn. Not too sure now whether it was that or whether it was just the build-up at the time of eating more of this. But I thought, oh, flipping heck, got to be walking home now with one eye shut. To top it off, all of a sudden, this one starts. I thought, oh, flipping no, I can't see out this one. Please don't do it to that one. I'll be flipping walking home like that. Won't know where the hell I'm going, because I won't be able to see a thing. Luckily, this one didn't act up as bad as that one. So by the time I got home, I had this eye shut like that, this eye squinting. So, and if I remember right, I don't think I come across anybody on the way. So yeah, be aware if you're going into eating hot stuff and you haven't done it before, it does cause a build-up somewhere in the system. Right, oh, I love this stuff. I don't know if you can see that, but that is flipping, that is covered in Carolina Reaper powder. Now, these are all made by the same company, Chili Wizard, and I don't know if I think it's a UK based company, but they're on Amazon, so we tend to get them from Amazon, and they do really good stuff. It's where I get my packets of Carolina Reaper powder from. So I'm going to try this now. I'm either going to be really honky-dory, I'm going to end up talking to you like that and squinting through that one. Little kids sort of go, Mum, Mum, it's a pirate. I'm going to freaking look like one now. Here you go. Now, as soon as you put it in, like, the powder just went whoop, right all over your tongue. No blooming arguments. These are one of the hottest things to eat with Carolina Reaper. In fact, I just put that down and look at the powder, and it's giving me freaking hiccups. Oh, woo! Not very often I get hiccups. Oh, it'll give you a freaking laugh. Oh, I need to freaking wash it down. Wash it down. Man, that is flipping warm. Oh, it's flipping sad when you got to wash Carolina Reaper down with Carolina Reaper. Oh boy, I can't remember the last one being this bad. I wish you could see in this flipping packet. the little bags of Carolina Reaper powder I buy, I'm sure they put a freaking whole bag in this bag. And boy, it's freaking, it's sharp. Like I said, Carolina Reaper's a creeper. So you put it in, does creep up. The tongue's burning now. Back of my throat a bit. But we're back to sort of normal. Thank goodness for swilling it down. But boy, as soon as I put that in my mouth, powder everywhere. Wow. Put the packet down, my phone's covered in Carolina Reaper powder. I'll lick it later. Anyway, so there's a surprise for you. It can give me freaking hiccups. Boy, they are freaking humdingers. Now you can see if you get a little bit of water dribbling down into your eye while you're going like that. Right, let's forget the Reaper. Let's talk a little bit about Halloween. The other day I showed some stuff I got from TK Maxx. Went back the next day because this were there and I liked it, and I thought I bought a lot of stuff today. Probably not. Then I was praying at home, please be there tomorrow. There was only one, and it was. I'll show you what it is. It's Jack Skelly on top of a pumpkin, and it does light up. I'll show you what it looks like now and then give you some info on it. This was I think $9.99, but there he is, the jolly little fella. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture up or two of what he looked like when I bought him. And I think because of copyright, and this isn't made by Tim Burton Company or companies that have a copyright to produce this stuff, they did it. It looked like Jack. It was fine. I'd be quite happy it looking like it was. His jacket was black but a grey, a subdued colour. No stripes on it. And we had a big green bow tie and he had green eyes. Like I said, it looked great. And if you didn't want to argue the toss, it was Jack. But, so this is a picture of what it looked like. And this is what it looks like now. So I've got some air dry clay. I made the little tiny head for his bow. I don't know what it's supposed to be, the head of a bat or something. And then I made the spidery bits that come out and painted it black. That's stuck on there, if you can see it. I stuck it on top of the bow tie, it just adds to it. And then I'm not so great, but I had a go at painting the stripes and they all sort of worked out. Put a picture up, somebody said, should have black eyes, and I thought, well yeah, he's got green eyes, hasn't he? So actually fill them in with black felt tip and then 2 dabs of white acrylic paint. So TK Maxx in the UK, America, same company. TK Maxx UK, America, same company, TJ Maxx. Should have these in, and if you don't want to do any artwork on them, they look flipping great. But if you want to make it look a little bit more like Jack, just do a little bit of artwork on it. You don't have to be Leonardo da Vinci. That's the first bit. Next bit is just a bit of news that I think in some parts of the UK, Poundland, have already got some bits in. I found out today they're just starting mine, and just a few shelves with bits on, not a lot at all, but I know over the next few days that will really spread out and there'll be all sorts of things. But one thing I did go in to have a look for, if it was there, somebody put a picture up on Facebook, and I thought maybe there will be, maybe there won't, and there were. Woohoo! That's these. Now these are flipping awesome. It's a glass skull. If you remember, I've had glass skulls with the chili sauce in. Once the sauce is out, I use them for herbs and spices, put them on the side. Well, these are lights. The skull is more detailed and a lot bigger than those. If you can sort of see the skull. In the top is this plug, goes in. Inside there's a long, thin, if you can see that anywhere, wire with little bulbs on. You pull the little plastic out and turn it on, and you get that. So, house decor, if you have garden parties in the evening, loads of these out on the tables, whatever, fantastic. I'll put a picture up in a minute, but here's a tip. Excellent for that, but for £1 you get a bloody good glass skull. If you don't want to use them for lights, or you use them for lights for a while, or if you use them till the batteries go, whatever, you don't want to replace them, you can take that out, pull all the wire out with the little bulbs. Now you can either snip the wire off there, take the batteries out, use that as a stopper, and again you can put in anything you want really, herbs, spices, things for the office, drawing pins, staples, paper clips, whatever you want to put in. So you can either buy a cork for them, or you can snip that off, put it in. You could also leave that in there and still put some of that stuff in. Work twice that. So yeah, for £1, some bloody lovely little glass bottles. If you really wanted to be way out, you could, you got company coming round, good wash out, it is glass, put fizzy drink, juice or whatever in there, a straw, and you got a nice fancy drinking vessel. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. I did think while I had these scissors I'd cut my beard off, and I thought, let's have that. Anyway, that was bloody fun. I didn't expect to be freaking hiccuping all over the freaking place. So I'm warning you, if you do buy those and you get the scratchings, you're going to knock your freaking socks off, because the amount of powder they put in there, and it's not, they haven't scapegoat on it by putting something else in. That is bloody, goodness knows how much bloody Carolina Reaper powder. And I eat a lot of stuff with Carolina Reaper, which is really hot. But when you get that much powder on one scratching, that catches you freaking unawares. I'll know next time when I flip it. See you later. I'm going to carry on eating those now.